Even if you're the perfect person doing all of the right things in all of the right ways and at all of the right times, it can still feel like you're constantly getting ricocheted back into the same old identity over and over and over again. And if you make any progress at all, ever, you're winning because most people will never, ever change. And not because they don't want to, but because they're doing it the wrong way. They, like many other people out there, are desperately trying to change using only 5% of their power. But that can stop today because that is the part of us that pushes for change and makes transformation feel like the least desirable thing that we could ever do on the planet. And we may even eventually succumb to the reality that things may actually never change. And that's really, really sad, especially for those of us who are optimistic and hopeful by nature, because it actually feels like we're being burned by the very quality in us that should get us results. But there's a way to not have to push, but be pulled towards your goals. And this is exactly why the real key to transformation isn't about hustling. It's not about pushing. It isn't about willpower or pretending to be your future self now. It's about learning how to whip your subconscious into submission so that you can dominate your destiny. And once you do that, you become unstoppable. You can brainwash yourself into a whole new identity, a whole new reality, and a whole new way of being faster than you can say fast. You'll have people asking you what the heck you are doing and how you are glowing and changing so fast. And this is why my activation arc focuses on just 3 simple things in order to get results. But it's about the minutia that is actually going to help you get mastery. And today we're going to dive deeper into identity. So in this video, I'm not just going to talk at you with some hypothetical hype. I'm actually going to share with you over 15 years of practical experience and decades that I have done researching and details about neuroscience, epigenetics, energetics, and with a little sprinkling of super duper Ashley Cooper magic in there. Because here's the thing, you can actually rewire yourself completely. But here's why most people never ever change. And maybe you yourself have done it. The thing is, most people will watch hours of videos and then spend hours, days, maybe even lifetimes, considering that time doesn't actually exist, trying to become their future self. But one really sneaky word in there changes literally everything. And let me know in the comments if you caught the one word that I used that changes the game. Because it's literally what makes the difference between success and failure. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button because I do videos like this on how to create exponential results in record time and how to have fun while you're doing it all the time. But here's the thing. There's that little mini incy beansy tiny little word trying that is making you push to get results. But the thing is, when you push to get results, your results start pushing you back. They make you stop making progress or even make you slip back further. It's like trying to wrestle yourself into a new identity. And it is actually wrestling back. It's like the ultimate smackdown, right? Inside you. And I know you know what I'm talking about. It's like you versus you, and it ain't pretty. And therein lies the paradox. When people say, be your future self now, most people here try to be your future self. Fake it till you make it. Wrestle internally like your life depends on it. And that's why most people, it just turns into pretending or fake acting and a life that feels and looks like the WWF because it all feels real. But deep down, you know that you're just going through the motions. Every single time that you pretend, you're telling your subconscious mind that you don't have it. You start ricocheting against the internal, invisible wall of your current identity and beliefs. And if you keep doing that, you don't just stay stuck, you're literally solidifying the sabotage identity that you've built over years. And then, as I've said, hope turns to hurt. And sometimes you end up worse than before, minus the faith. And the real trick isn't pretending, it's embodying, it's collapsing the gap completely. Being that version of you as much as humanly possible, not trying, but doing. Doing it in the moment. That is literally the only way your subconscious mind is going to accept it as truth. And just to hit this point home, let's talk about what your identity actually is. Because your identity is comprised of different elements, right? So think of it like it's an identity pie. You have one slice in your identity pie that is your biology. You have one slice of your identity pie, that's the story you tell yourself about who you are, why you're this way, and maybe why the world is unjust or why it's in your favor. And other slices of the pie are your beliefs and your emotions and maybe even your habits. But there's another slice of the pie that actually takes up 95%. And that's where the actual smackdown happens. That 95% of your pie, which you might have already heard, and you probably have, but I want you to let it drop in, is your subconscious. And we've all heard that, right? But I want you to try and understand and hear it in a way that you never have before, because no matter how many incredible affirmations you do, no matter if you're like the Meryl Streep of faking it till you make it, if you're only using 5% of your identity pie in order to change your life, your subconscious is going to be like, yeah, okay, good one. Now, let me push back and show you who's really in charge here. And your subconscious is like the Hulk Hogan of internal wrestling, right? But here's the crazy truth about identity and transformation. And I just want you to really listen to this because this is about what the science says, right? This isn't some whimsical fairy tale stuff. The science proves that your body literally regenerates and your cells will replace every few months. In fact, in 7 to 10 years, you're not even the same person as you were. Epigenetics shows that trauma can actually flip your genes on and off, and that your trauma might not even be yours, but inherited programming from generations before. Physics also shows us that time isn't linear, but infinite versions of you already exist right now. So if you're thinking of going from your 1.0 to your 10.0 self and doing it linearly, you're not even doing that, right? And here's the thing. Science shows that your thoughts and your emotions broadcast measurable signals that shape what shows up in your reality. So if we put this all together and we look at what that actually means for your identity, the truth is, the science says it isn't fixed. It's programmable. And your subconscious, it can't tell the difference between vividly imagining something and it actually being real. And so when it comes to being your 10.0 self, and when you start being your future self now, the keyword being, you need to be it. Not pretend, not to try, not to half-ass it, but be it. And yeah, it will be hard at first, but it's the only way to make expedited and sustained change in your life. That's why you might not be getting results. So hard, yes, but it's easier than working hard and never, ever, ever getting anywhere. And it's actually quite simple. You just need to embody 3 key activations. You need to be able to activate your identity, which we just spoke about. You also need to be activating your internal vision. And I'm going to do another video on that. It's all a part of my activation arc, which you may already be in. And if not, I'm going to share with you how you can get all of this for free. And the next thing that we're going to talk about is how to activate your action. And if you're ready to start walking like them, talking like your future self, experiencing your life like them, I've got you. Because every time that you do that, you're handing your subconscious 95% of your power a new program. And when you do that enough times, it will lock in. It has no choice but to do it. And so that's how you brainwash yourself into a new identity. That's how you make it funner. That's how you make it more solidified. And that's why I'm giving you access to my free activation arc. The arc is designed to squash that resistance for you and retrain your subconscious mind to align with your 10.0 self. Inside it, you're going to get access to an entirely free downloadable workbook that walks you through the only questions you need to be asking yourself to truly embody your future self now. And as I said, I've done decades of studying this. I'm 45 now. I've been doing this for years and years and have taught it. So this isn't just something I'm saying, it's something that I've practically experienced. You're going to get daily visualization practices, a gamified tracker, and a 90-day challenge that is guaranteed, if you do it, to make you unrecognizable, not just to yourself, but also to the world around you in under 90 days. So if you want to be a part of that, all I ask is that you comment below, give us a little love, and you'll get the entire thing for free. And then you just need to click the link below and download the entire thing. So just to bring it all home one last time, your identity is literally the key to making change in your life. We all wander around with a series of habits, behaviors, beliefs, and as I've said, based on epigenetics, a lot of them aren't even yours. So the question is, who are you? Because if you're not the same person that you were even 7 years ago physically, you're literally not the same person. You don't even have the same brain that you use to think about your identity, then everything is possible. Change is possible. But you need to be able to harness the power of your subconscious mind and take away the friction in you that feels like you're constantly pushing your way to get results. The goal inside the activation arc is to make it funner, to make it faster, to reward your brain with dopamine, and to use your internal vision in a way that you have never heard about before. In the next video, we're going to talk about visualization, and I'm going to break down the science behind visualization and how you can actually leverage it. And I'm going to share with you why almost every single visualization video that you have ever watched is probably not necessarily wrong, but not the entire truth. I'm going to share with you why what they focus on is only 20% of the pie, and the 80% that you're going to be able to leverage in order to shift your reality entirely. I want to be able to help you step into the version of yourself you know you can be. I want to help you be able to harness the power you know you have inside. That's why if you've worked so many times to change yourself, if you've tried so hard to do all the right things, if you've done the manifestation and the, neurolinguistic programming and all of the different things, but you've never actually gotten results, I actually want to help you do that. And it will all be within a 90-day time frame, because it gives you enough to stretch yourself, but it also is a short enough time frame in order for you to be able to celebrate your success earlier. And this is an entire process that you can rinse and repeat every single 90 days. So if you want to comment activate below, I'm going to send you the workbook, and or you can download it below. And I'm just so grateful that you're here, that you found this video, that you found our community. I would love to know in the comments below what transformation you're working on, what you want to achieve in the next 90 days, and then what we do in this community, because we're super duper awesome and kind and loving and love celebrating other people as much as we like to be celebrated. Once you leave your comment, celebrate 3 other people, leave a comment for them, like their post, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I'm also going to link a playlist that's got all of the activation arc videos on this channel on it. And to get more of the behind the scenes stuff, daily activations, the entire activation arc, just make sure to click the link below and sign up. I'm so super duper Ashley Cooper excited to be on this journey with you. I read all of the comments. It just makes me feel like all of the years that I spend working hard, praying hard, trying to figure this out, it makes it all worth it if I can help as many other people as possible get to the results faster than I had to. So thank you so much for watching. YouTube thinks you want to check out this video next, and make sure to check out the arc, and we'll see you in the next video.